Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Saving Malaysia's biodiversity with AI. Did you know that there are only 17 megadiverse countries in the world and Malaysia ranked at number 12? Biodiversity rank refers to the variety of life forms present in a particular ecosystem, region or on Earth as a whole. It encompasses the diversity of species, genetic variation within species, and the variety of ecosystems and ecological processes. Biodiversity is essential for maintaining the balance and functioning of ecosystems, providing various ecological services such as nutrient cycling, pollination, and pest control. It also has significant cultural, economic, and scientific value. Preserving and protecting biodiversity is crucial for sustaining the health and resilience of our planet's ecosystems and the well-being of both wildlife and human populations. Malaysia may be one of the most biodiverse countries, but it also has one of the highest numbers of species at risk of extinction in the wild. Currently, the top 5 endangered animals are Malaysian tiger, Malaysian tapir, Borneo orangutan, Asian elephant, and black shrew. And there is an estimation of 150 only left for Malaysian tiger. For the Malayan sun bear, estimated 1,000 left, and the Malayan tapir estimated at 1,500 left in Peninsular Malaysia, while for pygmy elephant, estimated at 1,500 left in Borneo, and orangutan, about 105,000 left in Borneo. In 2010, Malaysia had 19.8 million hectare of natural forest, extending over 87% of its land area. But in 2023, it lost 133 kilohectare of natural forest, equivalent to 146 amount of carbon dioxide emissions. This scenario will pose a great threat to Malaysia's biodiversity aims. So the result is that many medicinal plants, which have been used for centuries in traditional healing practices, are now endangered due to habitat destruction, overharvesting, climate change, and other anthropogenic pressures. Imagine if one day petai is gone. For the tree flora as a whole, 52.5% of the native tree diversity has a threat status. A total of 567 plant species out of the 1,600, or one-third of Peninsular Malaysia plant species assessed in the Malaysia Red List, have been classified as threatened. These threatened plant species include Dipterocarp, Begonia, and Aquilera species. Waterfalls like this one are not only breathtakingly beautiful, but it also critical for maintaining biodiversity. These ecosystems support a wide variety of plant and animal species, ensuring ecological balance. And protecting these natural sites is essential for preserving biodiversity and ensuring that future generations can enjoy a healthy and vibrant planet. Even I haven't been there and hopeful to be there someday. On 19 December 2022, at the UN Biodiversity Conference, COP15, 196 countries, including Malaysia, has agreed to 4 goals. And there are 23 targets in the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. And this is aimed to stop and reverse biodiversity loss by 2013. The framework shown here consists of 4 goals for 2050 and 23 targets for 2030. And these actions involve protecting 30% of the planet, restoring 30% of degraded areas, reducing the loss of high biodiversity areas, and stopping the extinction of known threatened species caused by humans. So, the question is, how is Malaysia ensuring that we can meet this goal? What about us? What can we do, and what is our role? Wondering what is the computer scientist talking about biod? I'm here because I want to promote that we can use AI to inform us what we have in Malaysia, what is going wrong, and how AI can help to repair and conserve, and how we should adapt in the future. Today, AI is becoming a powerful force in nature conservation, with applications ranging from monitoring wildlife to collecting environmental DNA. AI is emerging as a powerful ally for communities engaged in conservation efforts. And it is coming at a time in which we face increasingly complex ecological challenges, and there is an urgent need to protect our natural heritage and respective biocultural heritage. AI begins by collecting extensive data from various sources, such as text, images, sounds, and user behavior. This data is labeled or annotated to provide context, which helps the AI learn. The labeled data is then processed using algorithms, which are sets of rules guiding the AI's data analysis. These algorithms then help identify the patterns and learn from the data, enabling the AI to make predictions or decisions. Post-training, AI undergoes rigorous training with new data to refine its accuracy. Once it is optimized, AI is deployed in real-world applications such as language translation, route planning, and image generation. AI continuously evolves by learning from new data and interactions, thereby enhancing its capabilities. AI-driven biodiversity research leverages various data sources, including climate data, topographic data, soil data, and species occurrence data. Remote sensing and aerial photography enhance GIS resources, providing detailed environmental insights. Furthermore, the databases, ecological research networks, and citizen science projects can contribute to valuable information for modeling biodiversity patterns and supporting conservation efforts. AI can also protect endangered species through the use of camera traps equipped with computer vision for wildlife monitoring. If you look at the screen, you can see the data analysis can also be used to detect poaching activities, and drones can be used for surveillance in remote areas. These AI-generated insights facilitate efficient deployment of park rangers, predictive maintenance of conservation equipment, and intelligent monitoring of conservation projects. AI-powered image recognition and computer vision technologies also offer a transformative approach to wildlife monitoring, and hydrophones to acoustic data on individual species, triangulate their precise location, determine the number of the animals, for example the whale there, track their movement, distinguish between the feeding and socializing and other types of calls. So soundscapes and deep learning enable tracking biodiversity recovery in tropical forests and being able to understand about the animals' behavior. This figure here illustrates how climate change and invasive alien species can negatively interact with each other. Climate change can strengthen the competitive interactions of invasive alien species, and this means that invasive alien species will be more likely to outcompete the native species for resources. Climate change can also create new opportunities for invasive alien species to spread. For example, changing trade routes and commodities may mean that invasive alien species are introduced to new areas. Invasive alien species can also disrupt the ability of native species to adapt to climate change. For example, the invasive alien stance may block the migration of indigenous species in response to climate change. So, the planting of alien species for biofuel or climate mitigation can also introduce new invasive alien species. AI and machine learning can predict species responses to global change. The algorithms will analyze the climate data, ecological variables, and species distributions to model the impacts of climate change on ecosystem services and biodiversity dynamics. This diagram illustrates how invasive species and climate change can exacerbate each other, accelerating biodiversity loss. And climate change can alter ecosystems in ways that make them more susceptible to invasion by introducing new species or by making it easier for existing invasive species to spread. For example, climate change can increase temperatures, which may allow invasive species from warmer regions to establish themselves in new areas. Invasive species can also disrupt the ability of native species to adapt to climate change. For instance, invasive plants may compete with native plants for water resources, making it more difficult for native plants to survive during droughts. And the combined effects of climate change and invasive species, of course, can lead to significant biodiversity loss. And this loss of biodiversity can have a number of negative consequences, such as reduced ecosystem resilience and the disruption of important ecological processes. By incorporating all this knowledge into AI, the developed AI model can predict how the climate change, the habitat loss, and human activity that will impact the biodiversity loss, and this knowledge will then allow for proactive conservation measures to prioritize interventions and to allocate resources more effectively. Generating dependable and quality data about the biodiversity and nature is hence very important, and creating an analysis-ready datasets is very much important also for everyone to consider, so that the data that is generated can be put into action. Ladies and gentlemen, the Academy of Sciences in Malaysia is now leading a project under the Malaysia 12 plan on a digital transformation. And the mission is to be able to monitor the biodiversity at real time by 2040. In this mission-oriented mapping, as adopted based on the Mazzucato work in mission economy, have focused on digitalization and IoT programs, while the other 3 projects have also been proposed. In this project, where UPM is one of the key partner, we come out with a pilot project for Precision Biodiversity at Paso Forest Reserve. The objective is to develop and provide a comprehensive system and facilities for the precise management of biodiversity and its ecosystems through digitalization and IoT. The outcome cover enhanced biodiversity conservation, monitoring and management through frontier technology application, targeting for economic growth and human well-being through the appropriate application of data and information from the Paso Forest, increase socio-economic benefits from biodiversity-linked engagements, and increase capacity building through the series of training that we do on AI and data science, robotics, as well as software engineering for precision biodiversity. There are 7 projects in total, and I'm leading the project number 5, development of ecological simulator. In my project, I focus on coming up with the ecological simulator dashboard system by exploiting data science and AI. And the functions we cover are monitoring biodiversity status, analyzing trend analysis, predicting ecological implications, and simulate forest management options. And we are able to do this by integrating other output from other projects on database setup and data integration, data curation and AI-based species identification through data collected from mobile apps, and the development of data collection system through robotics, drones and IoT sensors. In the project, we also cover transfer of technology and support and maintenance. Ladies and gentlemen, nature is calling us. The synergy between AI and conservation has the potential to enhance our ability to monitor and safeguard ecosystems, mitigate human-wildlife conflicts, optimize resource management, and foster sustainable coexistence between people and wildlife. If you look at the monkeys on the screen, they are telling us, please save our biodiversity future. So it's our call. Malaysia must play a proactive role to transform the relationship with nature to prevent the extinction. We need to be able to generate dependable and quality data about biodiversity and nature, create an analysis-ready dataset so AI can benefit from it, in turn for the human to put the data into action. Again, nature is calling us. Let's harness the tools that we have to be able to hear, see, and act better. Thank you.